I am an absolute idiot. You see, I recorded the episode, and then I kept talking, and then I play it back, and then there's no, like, voiceover, there's only just the game audio, so I need to post-commentate this thing. Anyway, welcome to Adventures with a Noob, episode 9. Last episode we built a house, and this episode we shall do some minor home adjustments, get comfortable, stuff like that. However, in contrary to what I said last episode, where I think I said I was not going to put fences for windows, I did put fences for windows, just for a good change of pace. I spaced out my chest and my workbench one space so that it looks more comfortable, and I put a door up. I make the chest face this way, and then add a furnace on the front door, and then make a few bookshelves over here, and then add a few tables to make this house, or make this cottage look more cottagey, even though it's gonna kind of in some way make it look even more compact. I still think that'll be a step in the right direction. So right now, at the moment, I am making some tables. Well, the whole idea of a fence and a pressure plate to make a really small, convenient table just like that. And the same thing on the other side with another table. And so to make chairs, you just make stairs really, and you put signs on the sides to give the chairs arms. And then right here, I don't even know what I'm doing. I thought I could just jump over the table or the pressure plate, but I realized if I jumped over there, I wouldn't fit. I forgot that if I jumped over there, I wouldn't fit in the house, so that's why it was not letting me jump over. But as an idiot, I still kept trying. Like, I jump over this and I jump over that just to do some parkour stuff, but I failed and I just gave up. Soon I came to my senses, but it still took me a while, or longer while than I'm comfortable with, really. Put the rest of the oak, wood, and other chairs inside, and now just make a sign by putting one stick in the middle, and then putting a bunch of wooden blocks. No, it is 6, not about 6. 6 of them, which gives you 3 signs, which kind of hurts my OCT sometimes. Why couldn't they just give you 2 or 4? Why do they have to give you 3, really? So now I just need to, keep doing this every single goddamn time, and I'm going to be left over with 2 extra signboards. I complain about the most retarded stuff, really. I don't know why. I don't think anyone complains about the game giving you 3 signboards. Previously only used to give 1, so I mean a 3 is a better deal. Same goes for buckets, and I complain about how that only gives 3 as well. I was planning to make a chandelier, so I'm looking around why I can't make one. Then I realized my house is too small, since it's only a cottage. My new house that I'm going to build later on is going to have a chandelier. So while I discuss that, I'm going to make a new house, or a new mansion, I suppose, when I'm more comfortable. Now, people always ask me, what do you mean by more comfortable? It's when comfortable depends on your resources, really. When you have enough food to where you don't need to go hunting food, where you have like a pig farm going, or a cow farm that I'll be going soon, where you have enough food to where you don't need to worry about how you're going to get food, or if you need to restore your food chambers because it is so, I suppose, full. That's one sign of being comfortable. Another is also, it depends on how much iron ingots you have. Iron ingots are definitely the useful resources. They can be made into armor, and they can be used as tools as well, and they're very efficient. So I like to have about like 4 stacks of irons, to which I can comfortably say I do not need to dig iron for a long while, to which you can easily replenish your iron tools and your iron armors. And I like to have 30 diamonds in stock. That's when I know I'm comfortable. And and the 30 diamonds are not an area necessary. You don't really need diamonds to be comfortable in this game. I mean, diamond tools are great and everything, but you can, still live quite well with iron tools. Just that you can't go to the Nether because you cannot pick obsidian to make the Nether portal. But other than that, if you don't want to go to the Nether, you can live pretty comfortable with just iron tools. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, unless you want to reach the end game, to which you need some blaze to make blaze through blaze rods, and you need to go to the ender in the end anyway. But if you just want to live in the outworld and just if you're not playing to reach the end, if you're just playing to be creative, then iron tools will just be fine. But if you're playing to be creative, why not play on creative mode? This point, I'm just making myself a few beds, and then I'm making myself some iron ingots to replenish my iron ingot supply because I had just made some iron tools. However, I did keep them in the inventory because I didn't want to use them before I finished my stone tools. I like to get rid of my stone tools before I start using my iron tools, which is a good habit. That's a very cheapo habit, but you know, still better than nothing. Place my bed down, and I also wanted to show you guys that I place a pressure plate down so you can just step over it and the door automatically closes. It's a very classic trick. If my voice sounds a little off, I'm sorry. I do sound more cheerful than episode 8, in which I was grumpy because, well, first of all, it was when I was sick, and also I kept messing up when I was making the house, so that kind of annoyed me. Fighting this creeper to clear out some space here, and I also realized that all the trees have now burnt down. However, some trees are still left, and I need to burn these down because they're doing this whole thing where 2 trees intertwine, and just a big mess where it's just a bunch of, you know, tree heads just floating in the air. And I need to get rid of that by using my flint and steel to burn these up. So going back to the comfort talk, another resource that's very useful or is required in order to be comfortable is you need a lot of wood in order to really settle down and be comfortable with your life in Minecraft, because everything you do essentially needs wood. Because even if you think about it, to make diamond tools you need sticks. To make sticks you need wood. I did say that on my 5 tips for beginners in Minecraft. Check that video out if you haven't. To say that wood is one of the most essential essential resource in Minecraft. So 3 things before I become comfortable is a very good healthy food supply and a very good amount of iron ingots. I was thinking while I was doing this, you know, I'm collecting all this wood, by the way, to make some fences for my cow farm, or whatever you call them, cattle, because like I said in my tips video, that cow gives you beef, which can be cooked to make steak, which is one of the most nourishing food in the game, next to cooked pork chops. And hence I am making a fence to make a cow farm, to cow farm where I can farm cows and make them reproduce and give me leather to make bookshelves and give me some food at the same time. I also need some chickens to give myself feather to make myself some arrows, because I don't really want to depend on skeletons my entire life for arrows. Not that arrows are my best thing, but you know, I'd rather, if I see a creeper from far away, I'd rather deal with him from far away. So right now I'm collecting a very comfortable amount of wood, and smart enough, I don't make all of this wood into wooden planks. I do save some because I might need some of these planks for some of that wood for decorative purposes later on, or just to make charcoal or whatever. I'm checking my in-game stats for how many frames I'm getting. I was getting a smooth 30 to 50 frames per second, so the production was pretty smooth and I liked it. So now I'm putting away all the unnecessary stuff back into the drawer. Now I'm going to collect some of my plants to make them into wheat to get some bread. However, I do not turn all the wheat I get into bread, because some wheat is needed to breed cows. So I think I get 12 wheat from here, and I save 3 of them. Always save some wheat, don't make all the wheat into bread. Might as well not make wheat into bread anyway, because bread's not that great of a food, even though I'm living on bread right now. You always want to go for cooked pork chop or steak. I do understand that in the beginning you can't really get infinite source of beef and steak because you don't really have the resources to plant stuff and such, so you want to save the cows and, you know, maybe live off of apples and wheat in the beginning and then build a cow farm going on, which is understandable. But later on, if you're in the comfort zone where you start having iron tools and everything, and if you're still living on beef and such, if you're still living on wheat to give you food, then that's a time when you tell yourself that you need to make yourself, find yourself some animals, maybe chickens, pork, or beef, to live on that. So as you can see here, I leave 3 of my wheat be and just turn another rest 9 of them into bread because I'm getting hungry anyway. Now I'm putting some seeds back, thinking I don't have seeds in inventory to plant some seeds, but I realize I have 6 of them, so I'm like, oh well, I'm an idiot, so I just plant them and then put the rest of them back in the chest. So now I think I head outside to do some chores, Minecraft chores, because I'm too lazy to do house chores. I mean, none of us are as clean as we are in Minecraft, okay? In Minecraft we are a lot cleaner than we are in our real life version. We are a lot organized and our OCD symptoms come alive in Minecraft. Like here where I just get pissed the F out because I just kept messing up. So I put the iron shovel and then I choose the dirt to dig it out. I don't even know what I was thinking at the moment while I did this. Oh well, I'm going to college, guys. Speaking of which, speaking of college, I got accepted at UC Santa Cruz as a game design major. It's going to be my college of choice. So, congratulate myself on video, which is very sad. But anyway, right now I'm just clearing out some dirt to clear out for my cow business. While I do that, I also want to mention that I might as well start uploading 1 video per week. I can't do it every day because I have school, and school's not super difficult, but you know, it gives me efficient homework, and whatever time I have I spend with my family or playing video games. Trying to reach Master Prestige in Black Ops 2. I'm 9th Prestige at the moment. 9th Prestige level 1, so you know, just starting 9th Prestige, so I still have a whole 9th Prestige and a whole 10th Prestige to go through. But I don't know why I'm talking about Black Ops 2, not like a lot of people like that game anyway. I like that game, but you know, haters gonna hate, not that I care. Still digging through endless amount of dirt and some dry commentary to go over it. Herman, you're so professional. I know, I impress myself every now and then. You know, I'm a charmer with charming personality, and you know, while I was doing this, I was looking at the health bar of my iron shovel, and I didn't like. I thought, you know, iron tools would give me more use than that. However, you know, I checked Minecraft wiki, and yeah, they only give about 100 something or 70 something uses. So, oh well. Hey, it's better than gold or wood, I suppose. I don't even know if gold's more efficient than wood. Oh, at this point what I'm doing is just getting rid of my excess dirt, by the way. But I don't know if I need to look that up if gold is even more efficient than wood itself, because if it's not, that's pretty sad. I mean, gold does, you know, bend and stuff. Gold's not really the strongest of all resources. But, you know, I still would think that gold would be more useful than just to make a watch and check the time, really. I don't know if it's used in brewing or anything, because brewing has never been my strongest field in Minecraft. Neither has been redstone. I got 1.5.1 and I got the Optifine for it, and so far, all the things that they introduced in 1.1, 1.5.1, I don't even know how to use, like the quartz or the redstone block. What is that even used for? The redstone compensator or something? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even know how to use that. Like, what's that even for, man? So, oh Jesus, God help us, right? So you can see me boringly build some fences while I try to make a big farmhouse for my cow. I've tried to fit about 6 cows in there because, I mean, it's just a cottage and I don't really need to worry about, you know, fitting every single goddamn thing in there at once. Let's see. So I think I make this 10 long and 6 wide, and I almost had it on spot if my math wasn't off by 2. You see, because I'm like, bam. You see, I impressed myself on how close I got. Speaking of which, there's a video on the internet that you guys should look up. I don't know what the video was called. My teacher showed me in calculus the other day. This girl, she's driving along with her husband, and her husband asked a question. Hey honey, if you're going 80 miles per hour, how long will it take you to get 80 miles? And she cannot answer that question to save her life. If you guys know what video I'm talking about, you guys should check it out. It's a very entertaining video. Not that I recommend you guys laugh at other people's disability, but it's a funny video. I don't know why I made 2 fence gates. I only need 1, but I like to be spendful. And I made a button for no reason. And I made it and I looked at myself like I'm an idiot. I impress myself sometimes. I really do impress myself sometimes. And now I'm looking at the fence like a retard, counting if they are symmetrical or not. They accidentally did seem to be symmetrical, even though I didn't even count, well, didn't even plan for it to be symmetrical while I was building it. Now I'm just placing some torches because I don't want mobs spawning inside my cow crib, or whatever you guys might call it. Barn, if that's the right word. I don't even know, man. English has failed me. It never passed me to begin with, but oh well. Alright, so now we have done that, I'm gonna get myself some wheat, or like, what's his face? Stevie would say wheat, or whatever. I mean, since I went to an English school, even though I live in America, I came from Nepal and everything. That's another story for another day. But I went to an English school, and I was taught to say wheat, really. I've never said wheat or wheatins. I've always said wheatins. Wait, what? Anyway, I need to get myself some education. Get myself some American slang going. I'm just kidding. I don't really mind. Accents are what make people unique, and when people try to get rid of their accents, it's kind of sad because it means that they're not really proud of, you know. Or sometimes I understand because, you know, it's sometimes difficult if they feel that people can't understand them and they try to change it, which is also understandable. But one should be proud of one's culture, unless you're from North Korea. I don't know if there are any North Koreans out there that I might offend. I mean, are North Koreans even on the internet? What's, you know, oh well. Now you see, while I was here, I was flipping out about that door noise because I didn't even know where it came from, and I still don't know where it came from. The thing I hate about this door is that every time I need to get my cow out, I need to break the goddamn door to bring it out, and my cow won't let me get in. But anyway, get out. You know, this video has been really off topic, but it's also been on topic. That was a great statement, by the way, very contrary, but oh well, bleeding the cow down, and I'm, you know, since I'm such a mastermind, I'm doing this, you know, inside the mind problem solving where I'm like, how do I get this cow down? Because I thought cow wouldn't jump off anything that's more than 1 block. But then I realized today that they did, so, you know, that kind of solves the problem. So my cow's following me, and it's moving around, and, you know, noise pollution and whatnot. And then I finally get in, and then I have that evil smile where I'm like, you're trapped, bitch! But, you know, it glitched, right? Anyway, there's the cow. Yeah. In the next episode, I do plan on getting some redstone and iron because I need to make a compass because I need to find more cows in order for this guys to get his schlong busy. However, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the post commentary, and I will see you guys around, I suppose. Stick around, and I'll try to make more content, more interesting content on than this episode. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.